術式順天青
Hello everyone, my name is Troy and welcome to Maximum Output Training. Welcome to day 2 of active recovery. It's not really a training cycle, it's just active recovery, and this day is upper body day. So I just uploaded a video yesterday, I believe, or of the Monday session for active recovery lower. This is upper. We're gonna go for, this is like the quote unquote max effort upper day, but as like I said, active recovery. Easing back into training and taking it easy on the shoulder. I warmed up. I used the bar for a little bit just to find my positioning and feels pretty good on the shoulder. So today we are using the Arch Swiss bar and we're using the middle grip because that's the most comfortable right now. And we're only going to do 95 pounds for sets of 5 today. So we'll just jump right into it, get my first set out of the way, and I'll chat to you right afterwards. Okay, I think I did 6 there. That's okay. Felt really good on the shoulder. It's only 95 pounds, but the no pain part is quite the W for me, so I'm pretty happy with that. When I get into position to kind of like shoulder retraction and then pull down and then sit back on or position myself of pushing my traps along the bench, I can feel like, I don't want to say a pinch or a pain, but I feel like a stretch of some sort in my shoulder. Nothing painful, it's just something that I feel. So the idea is for active recovery upper sessions, this day is going to be focused around the arch bar. And I believe it's the most comfortable. I'm only saying that right now, but for the next session for active recovery upper, which would be dynamic effort upper, will be a straight bar, and I'll probably do like a close grip. But I think I'm gonna have to try to relearn my bench again. See if I can like stack my joints a little bit better. Seeing if like this is too wonky on the shoulders or too close in. Elbows feel fine. It's just the repetitive motion just kind of beats up my elbows. But if I can stack my joints a little bit better and might feel a little bit better on my shoulders and maybe stronger pressing power. So what I've said in the past is closest grip. I have 3 different grips. I have competition style grip where it's pinky on the ring, so it might be a little bit too wide. And then I have close grip, which is pretty much the middle of, I'm just looking at my straight bar here, which is pretty much the beginning of the knurl, close to the smooth and between the ring, so roughly in between there. And then closest grip is the start of the knurl, closest to the smooth. So I play around with 3 different grips, which is nice because I can just get strong at all of them. But if something is kind of like nagging at my body, I better listen to it. So I'll just have to play around with grips. For now, let's do my second set and I'll chat to you again. Yep, still feels pretty good. I don't know, something about the scap retraction and depression. I might have to relearn it. Kind of sucks, but is what it is because I've been doing the same setup for the last forever. I want to say at least 7 years. So retraining yourself to learn new things is going to be a hassle and a half, but that's okay. We'll do what we can do. 95 pounds, moving well. It's only 95 pounds, like I said. Second set felt a little bit on the shoulder, so I'm not too sure what I'm going to do there. But like I said, for dynamic effort upper, I'm going to have to relearn how to do bench and see how it goes with different grips. All I know is I can't do index on the ring anymore because it's too wide and puts way too much stress on my shoulders and pecs. So that used to actually be my competition style grip before I really beat myself up. So by going closer grip, you can take stress off it. So who knows? My competition grip has changed so many times over the years. It went from index on the ring, and then for a little bit, it actually was my close grip. So between my close grip and pinky on the ring, those two have been quote unquote competition style grip. It's whatever is strongest at the time, so I always vary it. So who knows? Maybe pinky on the ring is no longer the strongest, and my close grip will be my competition grip. So I don't know. It's going to be up in the air. It doesn't really matter what is my competition style grip. It's going to be different for you, of course. So I'll just have to play around with it, see what's strongest and what feels better on my body, especially with a bum shoulder. But we're going to get this sorted and see and come back stronger. So that's the idea. All right, set number 3, and then we'll get to our first accessory.
Man, they say we ain't got no buzz in the U.S. The show will get. You know the name brand, we ain't gonna let it can. We about to talk shit as soon as the play lands. Joseph's going out of the game, we got his face.
That felt a lot better when I slowed it down. So yeah, so the reason I'm using the Arch Swiss bar is probably not the best idea since it has a little camber in it that increases range of motion, which could put more stress on my shoulder in a way, depending just with how it feels. But it does put a little bit more stretch on the pec, which is nice for growing the pecs. But the reason I picked it mainly was because of the angled type grip. Feels more neutral, feels a little bit better than straight bar. Just by having a semi-neutral angled neutral position, just feels nicer on the shoulder. That's why I picked it. And if I was gonna go straight, kind of like perpendicular, regular Swiss bar, it would just targeted more triceps, which could have been a little bit easier on the shoulder as well. But I only have this right now, so this is the grip I'll be using, which is the second grip, and it feels nice on the shoulder. So I'll be doing that for like max effort stuff because it feels nicest on the shoulder, and I can probably push it, but we'll see after next week, seeing how I feel, and go from there. So how I'll program for max effort stuff will be how I do for deadlifts. It'll be with the Swiss bar because that feels most comfortable right now because I have to relearn bench with the straight bar. And I'll probably wave it like deadlifts, like 5-3-2 or 5-3-1 maybe. But I'm going to be a little skeptical of the 1, so I don't really push myself balls to the wall. So it'll be like 5-3-2. And then since I won't be doing like board pressing and stuff like that, I'll probably be doing like back off sets between 65 to 75%, seeing how that goes of the top set, and then go from there. So yeah, take a breather, and I'll see you for the first accessory, which is nothing going to be exciting because I've always done it in the past. So let's see how these feel on the shoulder and the pec, and I'll probably push it within the next 2 weeks. So catch you for that. Arch Swiss bar done, 95 pounds for sets of 5. Now we on to our first accessory, which is dumbbell flat press at 35 pounds for sets of 6. So the funny thing about dumbbell flat press, I actually was going to substitute these out before I injured myself to dumbbell floor press and see if I can get a little bit more kind of like lockout type strength by focusing like 1 to 2 inches off my chest and just like pressing up, because you can only go so far on the ground. But with how my shoulder is feeling, of course, I'm going to mention this like for the next like probably 2 weeks, is if I can get full range of motion with a dumbbell flat press, I can kind of strengthen that end part of the lift or of the press, and then kind of like, so nothing worse happens to my shoulder. And I think if I do like floor press, stopping short of the full range of motion and getting stronger at that versus the full range of motion at the bottom, could probably impede or piss off the shoulder in the long run. So right now, let's kind of focus on full range of motion of dumbbell flat press versus floor press. And yeah, just get stronger at those. And like I said in the last video, we're gonna drop the weight, obviously, with how body is recovering. So instead of doing like 80 pounds, I'll probably drop it way back to 65 pounds and probably hammer out 8 to 12 reps and see how that goes. And then slowly build up to 80 pounds once again for probably sets of 5, and then just kind of carry it over as best as possible. So for now, we're gonna practice form and technique, probably practice a lot more pausing at the bottom, really feel the stretch, and really focus on that bottom end range of motion to strengthen the bottom part of the range of motion so my shoulder and pecs do not get pissed off in the long run. So let's do this. 35 pounds, sets of 6. Okay, I did 8 reps there because it actually felt pretty good on the pecs, and I can only go so far. Felt nice on the pecs. Shoulder wasn't hurting. It was just more like stretching, or I don't want to say activation, but it feels like if you kind of know what like something is pushing on you, it feels like when you have a bruise and you just kind of like place your thumb there and push slightly, it kind of feels like that. So we got another sets of 6, and I'll catch you for the next accessory. I'm not too sure what it's going to be, but the upper days are going to be a little bit longer, which I like and don't like, because I sometimes just want to be in here for a certain amount of time and get the hell out. But other than that, I'll catch you for the next accessory. I think how I'm going to structure this video is what exercises I've substituted, and most of the upper body stuff in terms of pushing muscles. So chest, tries, and shoulders. Chest and tries, not shoulders, because lateral raises and face pulls will be staying the same. But this next accessory is going to be skull crushers, but instead of the barbell, we're going to be doing dumbbell. So I did it on dynamic effort upper. I have changed dynamic effort upper from dumbbell skull crushers, switched it to dips, and kept the push downs. And then I brought dumbbell skull crushers to replace barbell skull crushers on max effort upper. And the next accessory after this, which I'll show you, is a substitute for dips. So we're just going to go off that. And for now, dumbbell skull crushers, sets of 11 at 15 pounds, just because the reason I switched dumbbell skull crushers for barbell skull crushers is because elbows were taking quite the beating from barbell skull crushers, and I felt a lot more strict, and I just couldn't find the right kind of place to put the bar within my overhead of the top, over top of my head or at my neck. And it would feel good for the first 1 or 2 sets, and then the third set would just like destroy my elbows. And it was like a clicking and then some pain, which I tried to bust through. But then I felt like dumbbell skull crushers on dynamic effort upper just felt a little bit nicer, because I could go past my head a little bit and I could angle my elbows at a certain way. It feels like I'm doing like the chicken dance from Friends that Ross does to swear at people. If you get that reference, let me know. But if you don't, oof, I feel old now, but that's okay. So dumbbell skull crushers, a little bit easier on the shoulders, easier on the elbows, because I can position them a little bit better. And I feel like I can keep my elbows up a little bit higher, and I don't have to go as super low where I feel like I'm not in control of the weight, because sometimes with barbell skull crushers, I did not feel in control, which is kind of weird, but I tried to be in control as best as possible. Versus dumbbell skull crushers, I feel like 99% in control, and I can just like push through the weight. And yeah, feels nice on the elbows. So we're gonna do sets of 11 with 15 pounds. Let's do it. So when I do dumbbell skull crushers, it may be a little bit weird for some people, just because like it does affect a lot of people's elbows. I kind of stop just a little bit short of the full stretch, because if I go super far down where my forearms touch my biceps, and then when I come back up, it kind of pisses off my elbows. No matter the weight, if I do like super lightweight, I can still feel it. So if I cut just a little bit short just before the stretch, which I probably won't build my triceps or whatever, but I'd rather get the movement in, it just feels a little bit nicer. But I can counteract that if I don't go for the full stretch by kind of like bringing my elbows back, and then I kind of feel a little bit more stretch. It makes no fucking sense, but the way I do it is just like, it's pretty much full range of motion. I'm just not getting that full stretch of the actual movement, but I do what I can because my elbows are mangled. I'm just falling apart, man. So I'm gonna catch you for the next accessory. I'm gonna finish these off, and I'll probably end with that last accessory because it's pretty much the last change of upper body day. So catch you for that. Last and final exercise of the video. It's gonna be a short video today, depending on how much I talk and how much crap that just spews out of my mouth because of just like all the word vomit and just kind of like trying to filter stuff out of my brain to try and explain what's going through my brain and the reasoning of the stuff I do, it just makes no sense, but I do my best because it's all like, it's like when, oh my God, it's gonna like date me, but it's like when you put your wired headphones all nicely, put it in your pocket, and then like 5 minutes later you try to pull it out and it's somehow tangled 100 times. That's what my brain is. And then me untangling it is just me trying to like do my best to explain myself to you. So yeah, because it's going to like come up now as to what is wrong with my body. So next accessory is overhead cable extension. And these are substituting the dips on max effort upper. And then dips are going to dynamic effort upper, like I said. So I got these from Mr. Jeffrey Nippard. I just felt like I just needed a different change of pace for tricep training. And the funny thing too, this range of motion here does not piss off my elbows. It feels nice with the cable, probably because there's constant tension. But when I do this range of motion with dumbbell skull crushers, it feels okay, feels a little bit nice on the elbows. But once I do like skull crushers, this elbow takes a beating. So I guess just a different angle where my elbows are at, it just feels nice on the tricep. These, I can get a nice stretch at the bottom of the lift and then come up top. So we are playing with 25 pounds for sets of 12, I believe. And then, yeah, this is just substituting my dips, but even though I still have dips in, I just want to have some bigger, juicier triceps if I can grow them. And hopefully that carries over to a nice bench press. It's not a very exciting video today. I feel like I should have I think I should just give you 2 videos this week to make up for last week. So here you go, some upper body active recovery, and you can kind of follow along if you wish, especially if you have a push day, and then you can kind of like gauge it from here. So basically all I did was like 2 to 3 sets of everything and then cut my volume relatively in half, especially with my weight. I don't know why I'm standing like this. I'm just standing weird lately in front of the camera. I take 9 days off from the camera and I'm doing weird stuff on camera. All right, let's do this overhead extension. It's going to be super weird because there's not a cable stack here to keep everything in place. So if you see it swinging, I have almost no control over that because it's just like the momentum of how I do it. And if it does like kind of like hit me in some sort of way, I probably will get annoyed and probably like, yeah, you'll probably see it on my face because it's actually really annoying because it's like a pendulum. And then if it hits you, it does get annoying because you want to stay out of it, but you also want the range of motion or to do the exercise properly. So let's do this. Sets of 12, 25 pounds overhead cable extension. Yeah, so you probably saw like my form and technique is a little weird. As much as I really want to like put my leg back and be like more upright, I only have a certain range of motion with how long the cable is. And because this thing like swings and stuff like that, it's gonna like hit the back of my leg. So I kind of have to set up awkwardly and lean a little bit further. But feels nice on the triceps. It's only 25 pounds until I start loading more weight. Probably next week, I'll start feeling a little bit more things in certain places, if you know what I mean. So I can start progressing more towards regular training and then go from there. So that is it. That's it. That's all. That's pretty much like my push day. I'm just going to finish everything off. So yeah, next week, I'll probably stay within 2 reps, probably up the weight a little bit, probably up the reps a little bit. Not too sure yet. I'll probably do all 3 and probably like just go from there. We'll see how I feel. So yeah, comment, rate, subscribe, all that fun stuff. If you want some online coaching, there's some stuff in the description below. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at maximumoutput_training. I do my best to upload reels or some sort of informational post for you or stuff about me every single day. And yeah, 2 videos this week. Hope you guys enjoy it. I'll catch you next week for another training vlog, some active recovery. And who knows, maybe I'll do 2 next week so you can kind of gauge or go to be more in my brain and kind of see what the dynamic effort lower and upper active recovery stuff will look like. But yeah, until next time, have a great day. Have a great day, guys. Peace.